Before we get into the video, I just wanted to introduce Zuzaz, which is my new online jewelry store, and right now there is a 40% discount on your first order with the coupon DEC40, so please check out www.zuzaz.me. Welcome back to my channel, everybody, and welcome to those who are new. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. Also follow me over on Instagram. I have a new account at Khadija Yasser where I'll be posting more regular updates and more. This video over here, as you've probably already guessed, is going to be about books, and specifically these 4 books which I just recently bought, and I found them really wonderful, and I hope you guys will too if you're planning on, reading something new. So yeah, let's get into it. So let's begin by recommending these books to you. The first book here is Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery, and it's a wonderful classic. Then there's What Not to Do If You Turn Invisible by Ross Welford, who's also written Time Traveling with a Hamster. Then there is Rooftoppers by Catherine Rundell, another great book. And lastly, The Night Bus Hero by Anjali Q. Rove. Also, these 4 books don't have any connection of any sort, meaning that they are all of different genres, written by different authors, and the main reason I'm reviewing these together is just because I bought them together. By the way, I bought them on Amazon during White Friday sale, so that's just a small thing I thought I'd share because you guys can also check out Amazon for book deals. And no, this is not an ad for Amazon. Moving on, let's review these books. So the first book that I want to talk about is Anne of Green Gables, which is my absolute favorite from these 4 books, and I would even go as far as to say that it's one of my favorite single books of all time. And the reason is because it gives you this warm feeling when you read it, and it's very joyous, and it gives you this feeling of contentment when you read it, and especially reading from this copy is amazing. It's a special Puffin in Bloom book, so there are more of these. Basically there's Heidi, A Little Princess, and Little Women, and I want to collect all of these hopefully in the future. But yeah, this is the first of my collection, Anne of Green Gables. Look at how beautiful the opening page over here is. And yeah, so the book is about an orphan girl called Anne who is adopted by a brother and sister who are in their old age. It's a very long book. It's not your normal story. It's a book that talks about coming of age as well, how she grows up into a young girl and then into a proper lady. I feel like the main reason why I like it so much and why so many other people love this book is because the main character, Anne, is very relatable as a character. She's very human, prone to mistakes. There are lots of funny moments in this book as well. It's not a serious book. It's funny and joyous and full of laughter and, the kind of things that every human being faces in their life at some point. So when you read that kind of thing in a fictional book like this, it's very nice and warming, and I can't really put into words how great this book is, so I'm just going to recommend that you guys go ahead and read it as well. I think you can find it free online since it's a classic. I'm not sure if this is available online, but yeah, you can always purchase it as well. 5 out of 5 for this book. Also, before we stop our review on Anne of Green Gables, I really love this quote, so I had to share it with you. It's on the back of the book. Looking forward to things is half the pleasure of them. So the second book I'm going to talk about is What Not to Do If You Turn Invisible by ignore that. What Not to Do If You Turn Invisible by Ross Welford, a very funny book. Very good for young kids as well, middle school kids and stuff. And now that we've got that sorted, so this is another really nice book. I've read another book by the same author, which is The 1,000-Year-Old Boy. That was another good book. So this book is basically about a girl who is in high school, and she has a lot of problems there, like most kids do. Like she has pimples and red hair and whatnot, and she feels really frustrated with how other people treat her and whatnot. And then I'm saying whatnot a lot. She basically turns invisible somehow, which is obvious from the title. That's going to happen at some point. So she turns invisible and she goes through a lot of weird circumstances. And throughout all of this, she's also trying to figure out who she actually is, because she doesn't know exactly who her mom and dad were, and so on. These are some other books by the same author, by the way, which I just showed you quickly, Ross Welford. And yeah, I would recommend this book. It's not a bad book, it's a good book. So not 5 out of 5, 4 out of 5, I would say. Let's go on to the next one, The Night Bus Hero. So once again, I have read other books by the same author. She is a Muslim lady who writes really nice books about things that happen in reality, like refugees, bullies, whatnot. So the other book that I read was about refugees. This one is about bullies, which is a major thing that happens in real life. This is the author, as you can see. She's won lots of awards for her books, and I'm feeling like I'm advertising her, but she's generally a very good author, and I really like this book as well. It was something that opened up your mind about bullies and bullying in general, and it's funny as well. It's not like it's something that's teaching you. It's a really brilliant story, both for kids and for young adults, and I would recommend it to anyone who likes this kind of lighthearted yet meaningful content book story. Yeah, so the last book, Rooftoppers, a really new type of book. I've not read a book that's quite like this before. It had a different way of conveying the story. That's how thick it is. Not a very huge book or something, but a very packed one. It had a lot of things going on, a lot of good description. I've not read description the way it's described in this book. Maybe because I'm reading this author for the first time, Catherine Rundell. But yeah, I really like Rooftoppers. It was about a girl who's trying to find her mom. She's also an orphan, and she's been adopted by this man who found her when she was a baby, and they're really close, but they have to find their mom so that they don't get caught by the police. And there's this whole plot where she is secretly trying to find her mom without getting in trouble. It happens in Paris on rooftops. But the only thing I would say I didn't like about this book was the unsatisfactory ending, but that might be just me. So overall, these are the 4 books that I just recently read during the holidays, and which you should get your hands on as well if you need something to read during these holidays. I hope you enjoyed this book review / recommendation video. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you for watching.